Although I'm kind of worried these days. Like the world is going to places that I'm thinking, damn, I really got to be planning ahead for my daughter so that she doesn't have too much hardship in her life.
Do you think the world is more dangerous now than it was during the Great Depression or during World War II or during the bubonic plague, you know?
Of course, not at all. It's one of the safest time in history to live as a human.
But what concerns you then as a new parent?
Have you played the game Monopoly when you were a kid?
Yes, even now, I still...
You do play?
Yeah, I love it, yeah.
Think about a game of Monopoly for 1 million people.
Okay.
A large number of people.
Yeah.
And everybody doesn't start playing at the same time. Everybody doesn't start when there's no hotel and no houses everywhere.
Okay.
Everybody kind of like, there's more and more people over time that play the game, and some people stop playing because they pass away. But right now, it's a game of Monopoly, but every single piece of land has houses and hotel on it. And if you just kind of start playing now, there's no realistic path forward for you to own one of those houses, own one of those hotels.
And the later you come into the game, the more difficult it becomes.
So that's what's happening in Korea right now. You can be a doctor. You have like no money. You just graduated. You get a job as a doctor, like a really good job, high-paying job. And then you look at an apartment that's barely big enough to have one kid. And the amount of savings you would have to buy that apartment, it would take you so many years just to maybe one day be able to afford it. And you're a doctor. Yeah. That's the world we live in right now.
Where doctors that were just traditionally seen as very, very well off, who could probably afford anything. Or
a beautiful house, a vacation, 2 cars. Not anymore.
Why has that happened? I mean, I know you're a scholar of economics and so.
I think it's complicated, but in Korea, the reason why it's happening, I think, is because
you always tell me don't buy property in Korea.
Well, unless you won the lottery. The lottery is like the official way to buy a new apartment in Korea. It's a lottery, Punyang lottery.
Right.
So you put your name up. Let's say you have the cash, and you buy it way below market price.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you live in that apartment for a little while, you can sell it for
double, triple.
Sometimes $1 million profit. That's just because you won the lottery.
Wow.
And that's the reason why there's a shortage. That's the reason why everybody's struggling to buy an apartment. That's why Korea has the lowest birth rate in the world by far. Yeah,
because it's hard to make ends meet.
Because housing is so expensive because supply has been so limited for so long.
Okay. And urbanization makes everyone move from the countryside to Seoul. I recently I've been shooting a drama and I've been to places just outside of Seoul like Pocheon and Chungju and then also played like Taebaek, and I was like, wow, you don't see any young people. Like
there's no jobs for young people.
Yeah, and even as a young person, if I was there and I lived there, I'd be like, I would see no future here for me. Like, what do I do? Like, do I work in my mom's
coffee
restaurant or cafe?
Yeah.
You can, but like, as a person, you want meaning, on purpose. You want a job that you're gonna have to go to like one of the big cities. So
Absolutely.
even if you love Taebaek, you can stay there.
Absolutely. So because the people who build houses cannot sell their properties at market price, they have to sell it way below market price because that's the Korean law.
Yeah.
Then they don't build. And therefore, there's a shortage.
I see.
There's plenty of other reasons, but those reasons exist in Canada, in South Africa, in the United States.
Australia,
but this little lottery system that Korea has is very unique, and that's why you see apartments that are millions of dollars that do not compare to anything you could buy with the exact same amount of money in other countries.
Wow, I cannot tell you what you can buy for $1 million in South Africa.
I know.
Oh, wow! You can buy like maybe an 8-bedroom pool villa on the beach with like just the most extravagant house you can imagine. It's. I mean, these days in South Africa, even it's becoming more and more difficult because so many Europeans are starting to move there because they realize how beautiful and inexpensive it is. So if you're just like an average income earner in Germany, you go to Cape Town and you're rich. You're very rich. So, I mean, it's happening everywhere. And you say this is one of the reasons that scares you, like, you know, where the world is going for your daughter?
Well, if the birth rate stays this low for many generations,
there will be no Korea.
The Korean culture will not exist anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, more and more people will probably come here from other cultures, and then you don't have the Korean culture that we fell in love with that everybody likes. I think this is something that needs to be protected, and somebody one day probably will realize that it's a national emergency.
Yeah, I mean
the birth rate. I'm talking
and then it's
about.
gonna be too late. Because it doesn't take one generation. Like you need to have people having 2, 3, 4 kids now to save the population.
Yeah, maybe it's already too late. It's never really been done before. Like once the birth rate goes down,
it's never reversed.
It's never really reversed.
I mean, Japan have now created a society where they're not having more kids. They're just introducing ways to live without kids.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the answer to me.
Yeah, because according to from what it sounds like, what you're saying, like kids are should be the ultimate reason why we're alive, is to have that, to experience that love.
Yeah, I have a big family, a family that, you know, with strong bonds with your family members. That's really important, and it's disappearing right now.
So why not move back to Canada? Or do you feel like you staying here contributes you to trying to, you know, help solve this problem by having kids?
It's not something I can fix myself, but I'm thinking about moving somewhere else. Not Canada, but somewhere else. I'm looking at my options right now. My wife really likes Seoul, like really, really likes Seoul.
I mean, it is a good city.
It's fun.
I love Seoul as well.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it. I love driving at night when there's no pollution.
From Yangpyeong to Seoul?
Yeah, like just around the Han River, anywhere. You just drive, and it's just so beautiful. You see the reflection of the building in the water. I just like that very much.
For me, it's the idea I had of New York, having never been to New York, and then as a boy living in South Africa, like we don't have skyscrapers. It's like Los Angeles. It's just like a bunch of big suburbs with the ocean and whatnot. Coming to Seoul, I was like, oh my God, this is what New York is like. And the more I think about it, it's similar, the vibe. It's just so much going on all the time. And now that I've recently started cycling, which I'm really trying to get you to join me in, I've explored so much more, because you go on these cycle paths and you're like, what is this? If I drive, I would have never seen this. If I walk, I would have never gone this far. Like you go through these little roads, these tunnels, these bridges, you see these rivers, you're like, this is amazing. And I think that's one of the, I agree with that's one of the like points that would make me want to stay in Korea. But like, then where would you go if it wasn't for that?
Well, if I let's say I have an idea, the perfect solution would be to spend 1 month every year in Canada, and then 3 months in Thailand when it's too cold here, and too cold to golf. It's not that much to do. Because I don't like skiing in Korea. The ski resorts are too small and too many people. It's just people go there. I feel they want to drink as much as they want to ski. It's not really.
But also the mountains in Canada are just on another level, right?
We have some nice ones in Canada. In Europe, they have some really, really nice ones.
Well, I've only skied in Korea, and I loved it. So I snowboard, but I think I'll love it even more going to something like Whistler. I've heard that's quite amazing.
Whistler's all right.
Yeah.
The Alps are even better.
The Alps?
I'm Canadian, but I'm going to give it to the Europeans. The
really?
Alps. Yeah. So beautiful.
Wow. Okay. That's on the bucket list.
Yeah.
So, okay. For you, it sounds like you're very comfortable in the way you can plan, you know, I'm just going to move here and do this, or, you know, send my kids to do this. Like, for you, do you not have an issue to, you know, support yourself then? Like you're not tied down by a job, right? Does that affect the way you view the world or the lifestyle you have?
Yeah, it changes everything.
And was that thanks to winning all those StarCraft competitions?
I think Bitcoin had something to play with. Bitcoin has something to do with that.
Good old Bitcoin, yeah. So, I mean, do you think Bitcoin could be the solution to the property fiasco that currently is facing, you know, half the first world?
Eventually, in 50 years, maybe.
Why is it? I was talking to the deputy earlier. Why is it that the value of Bitcoin is just gonna keep going up?
Because they're never gonna stop printing. every single government everywhere in the world will keep printing, and Bitcoin is being adopted like a network, like a protocol, like the internet, like cell phones, like the telephone. It's just you don't go from 0 to 1 billion in a year. It's just every year you got 50% more that discover this new protocol technology and something that protects them from fiat debasement. And it's not something that can be accelerated or stopped very easily. China could ban it, Trump, Korea could ban it, but overall in the world, more and more people would be every year there would be more people using it. And eventually, when there's enough people that believe in sound money, something like Bitcoin, then Bitcoin will become, accepted everywhere, and then it will be very valuable then.
Even more than now. So do you think Bitcoin is our generation's property?
Yeah, it's kind of a reset for the game of Monopoly I told you about.
Okay, so this is the new variable is Bitcoin that we didn't have before.
All the traditional assets have been bought already. And because there's been so much money printing, if you're trying to buy this little house, there's more money printing every year. The price of the house goes up faster than you can save up to, ever buy the house. So it's kind of like running against the current in a river.
Yeah.
But the current is really fast.
Yeah.
So you're going as
back.
fast as you can, but you're still kind of like standing still or even going backwards.
Wow.
But Bitcoin it's the same game of Monopoly, but it's kind of a new asset class.
And it's not all bought up yet.
It's not bought up yet.
There's still
you can still
available.
get a piece of it. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. So if you can get one somehow, just one, that's a big percentage because there's 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
So eventually, if things play out like I think they will, that little piece of 21 million, that 1 out of 21 million will be a big fraction actually of the wealth.
And I mean, especially since a lot of governments already hold most people alive, 90% of people alive are never even going to own definitely not one, but they're not even going to own 0.1 even.
It's not possible.
It's just because there aren't any more.
Yeah, so it's just...
So that means because of that, the price is just going to keep going up because it's so limited. It's not like gold where you can find more in the earth or like houses where you can keep building outside of Gyeonggi-do. There is only 21 million.
Yep, there's only one. And that's why I'm a big believer.
So buy Bitcoin.
Buy Bitcoin, not gold.
Yeah.
You can buy gold if you're old, if you're 50, if you have a lot of money, you diversify.
Are you diversified, or do you believe it's all? I mean, you're a big proponent of Bitcoin. Do you think this is all I'm gonna do?
I'm not very diversified. But once I got a kid, I put a little bit of money aside for some bonds. The most boring thing ever.
bonds and yields, stocks.
I just bought
mergers,
just in case, in case.
Yeah,
it's also just for other reasons also, but mostly I'm a believer in Bitcoin.
Yeah. I mean, I think you've told me quite a lot about Bitcoin. Whenever we meet, we do like to discuss not just buying Bitcoin as an asset, but also philosophically what it represents. I think one of I don't know if it was you who gave me this example. Somebody might have been you said when we become a spacefaring civilization, like let's say for example we colonize Mars, we can take the gold with us. And the money won't mean anything there. But what you can take with is the value that Bitcoin represents to another planet.
Okay. That wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. I don't agree with that statement.
You don't agree with that?
It wasn't me.
Oh, so, somebody told me that said that you can use that value, then it can be stored anywhere. Oh, so you don't agree with that?
I don't agree. Mars is too far away. There's too much latency between the two planets, I believe. So it will be very complicated.
It's like a couple of hours, 13 hours.
Well, it's between 20 minutes and 2.5 hours, I think, depending on where we are in orbit. But that would be very complicated to do a transaction on Mars for a cup of coffee. If it takes 2.5 hours.
Give me 2.5 hours. My coffee's gone. I'll take the ice Americano, please. Yeah. Okay, I see. But I mean, so why not make a new one? Why not?
Bitcoin there's going to be a new one that's going to be mined on Mars with the limited amount of energy they have, and it's going to be worth a lot less because there's less assets, less economic power on Mars than Earth.
Okay.
But that's.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, here's a full episode right here. Go ahead, click it.